Hi, my name's Holly Kamanzi. I'm the Executive Director for the Lumber Heritage Region. You know, I'm so fortunate to have the career I have. Each day is a different adventure, and I always manage to learn something new. The local Lumbering Legends project was a brainchild of mine a few years ago. It was my hopes that we would be able to inspire the deep tradition of the forest projects industry so that you can investigate one of the many careers that the industry has to offer. We interviewed 3 families. They were very unique. Each one had their own story, different ways they did things, and many things were different. However, there were 2 things that were always the same in each interview, and that was the passion for the industry and the love and respect of their family. So our first interview was with Max Bingaman. Max shared his lifetime of, he's 84 years old, and he shared his passion in the lifetime about the lumber industry. I knew this guy was something else the moment I met him. Max was brought to tears several times while he's talking about his vivid memories of the past. After we wrapped up the interview, which was quite lengthy, we went out to the mill and drove around the cart, he and I got to ask him some personal questions about the forest product industry as he showed me around the mill. And you know, I'm continuing to learn all the time. And you know, it was clear to me right from the beginning how Max was able to build an empire. His kind demeanor is contagious to all of us. So then we went to the second interview shoot, which was much different than the Bingaman operation. We videoed Roger Rorabaugh, who is in Clearfield County. The thing that was cool about Roger, I met him at a chainsaw carver's rendezvous back in 2018, and the 2 of us were talking. I said, you know, I want to do this project where we video some of the families in the lumbering industry, and I'll get back to you. And you know, that was 2018, so that was 5 years ago. And I'm glad we hooked back up, because Roger's story was very passionate as well and full of history. Roger and his 2 brothers were the generation that run the mill now. He and his brothers operated the mill for decades. And he took us on an unforgettable journey through the mill and just talking about the history of the river that's located right by their mill. And in Burnside, the Patchen name was a big name, and we were right across from the Patchen house. You know, Mr. Rorabaugh, he's a history buff, and he was a great example of how a hard day's work will actually pay off. I don't ever see that guy slow down. So lastly, our last interview was with the Hickman family, and it was so fortunate for us to have 4 generations present to actually do the video. I mean, 3 of the 4 generations we had present. And so we started with Larry Hickman, who was, you know, the 2nd generation of the Hickman business. And then we interviewed his son and 2 of his grandkids. So it made for a great video. We got to see a whole different operation, which was the flooring operation that they now own and run. And they actually see that as the future of their business. You know, and it was nice to see Jessica, who is, you know, the 3rd generation, the daughter working as the marketing. She does the marketing and other things, but to see that the women were involved as well. So what we're hoping to do with this video series is to get people interested in working in the career. There are so many different levels of employment in the forest products industry. You know, and I kind of think the way the Rorabaughs pointed it out, that, you know, one brother, he was the business guy, and so he handled the cost of the lumber, the prices, and all the everyday business stuff, where the other guy, he said he didn't want any part of the mill or the business part. He wanted to do the logging and lumber, and so he did that with the transportation. And then the youngest brother, Roger, he worked in the mill, and that's what he did. He perfected the way he did work in the mill. And so to close out, I just want to say I hope that this video inspires you. I hope that you can see the passion the way we saw the passion, and that it makes you want to explore some careers in the forest products industry.